This presentation is made possible by these amazing individuals and organizations. Whether it was through Patreon, Super Chats, Super Stickers, or by watching, liking, and commenting, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hello guys, how are you today? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Retro Nerd Girl, broadcasting live from the International Science Fiction Space Station. And I'm really super happy to bring you the fourth installment of Feel Good Movies That We Remember. And hopefully get into some detail about a few of the movies that I don't know that I was thinking of mentioning today. We've usually had our friend Lance from the Outcast Creative join us. However, today he will not be able to, and he will be here next week. He said that he was going to be able, and he has some really cool movies on his list that I'm like, wow, those are really good. So hopefully, if all goes well, he will still be able to join us. Also, let me know if you can hear me. Let's see, can you guys hear me? Oh yes, Keith E says that he can hear me. This is wonderful, great. Let's see. And Unicorn says that we can hear you. This is wonderful. Okay. And William Blake Hall says, loud and clear hailing frequencies, retro, the ISFSS is looking fine. Wonderful. Oh, and right away, John Orchid, you are so sweet. Thank you so much for this wonderful gift to the channel. It says, have a nice day. Thank you so very much. Oh my goodness. And I do have a nice little thank you. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. I'm in such a dancing mood today. Let's see. I'm not really as prepared as usual. Usually I have a slideshow, but when I was doing these with Lance, we were doing something like he was mentioning a couple of things, like we would talk about a movie and then he would bring it up for me. So I'm gonna attempt to try to do something like that, a little bit off the cuff, but a little bit planned, because I do have the movies, the links for all the movies that I want to talk about. But also, let me see if I can find my list, because I now I like, how you get like everything organized, but you have too many things, and so it's like trying to get all of the things that you've organized all in one spot. Let me see if I can find my list of movies. Give me 1 second. I will give me 1 second, because I think I can find it faster if I do this. Okay, you wouldn't believe this, but it was right in front of my face. Here's my list. Okay. Let's see. Let me just go through the comments and see if to see who's here. So first off, I left a message first letting you guys know that I was here, and then Keith E came in and said, "Elf was released 20 years ago today. How fitting for this video." Yes, it is. It is very fitting for this video. And I love Elf. We talked about it quite a bit last week. So we're probably not going to go talk about it in great detail, but wow, what a movie, what a movie. I really love that one. And it is a wonderful feel-good movie. Keith also says, "Has anyone said Groundhog Day yet?" And with a big smile. And of course, yes, that was one of them that we talked about last week. And William Blake Hall is here, and says the Berg today is as cold and wet as the nose of a healthy dog. Ooh. It's wet and cold, and it's really funny. It's sunny and extremely warm here for this time of year. It's 47 degrees, guys. I'm sweating. It's like summertime. And then Unicorn Rampant Studio is here and says, "Yes, I'm all wet." um, and he says, "72, nice here in East Tennessee." Um, and Unicorn Rampant Studio says, "Hey everyone, just realizing what time it is, trying to relax a little bit before the huge holiday buildup." Yes, yes, yes. Everybody's gearing up for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and of course, all of the things that go along with Christmas and all that stuff. I love Christmas and I love these holidays, but it can get to be a little bit much, right? It's just like, if finally, you have this time of year. I wish it kind of was spread out a little bit more, but then some people are like, no, 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 we don't want to hear Christmas music for too long. We can barely handle it enough during December. So, oh man. And Katie says this time of year was a lot more, especially when I was a child. It seems to take forever to get through the holidays. Oh, really? It's so funny because I do love the holidays. So, but like as we were just mentioning, it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And Hungry Jerk is here. Hello. How are you? It says, "Hi, RNG. Hope you're not mad at me." No, I am definitely not mad at you. I think we're good. Just remember to be kind and nice. Just everyone be kind and nice. That's just just general. Puff Comics 83 says, "Hi RNG everyone, happy Friday." Oh, so good to see you. Yes, and everyone, Puff Comics 83 has some awesome nostalgic videos, nostalgic movies that he's been reviewing on his channel. I believe uh, on Fridays as well. So go on ahead and check out his channel and seek out those wonderful reviews that he's been doing on his channel. And also he's been having some comic book discussions on his channel as well. So yeah, if you're into comic books, he definitely covers quite a bit of that stuff as well. Let's see. Uh, Yes, yes, yes. Keith E says yes. Tom, your message showed up, so you must not have been deleted. LOL. Yeah. So if you're you see your comment pop up, of course you're okay. Um. Oh, you're so sweet. Angry Jerk says, "RNG, your show is great, and you're as cute as a button." Aw, thank you. That is so sweet. Thanks a lot. You guys are so kind to me. Thank you. And Korgoth Killing says, "Hi, hello, Korgoth. How are you?" Oh, great. So I'm so glad you guys are all here. And I was getting worried there for a minute. I was like, where did everybody go? Oh man. And yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get into the list that I have, and also at the same time, if you guys want to call out um, any movies, do so. That ones that you think we haven't talked about yet. And I have of course my sheet of paper here, but I have a brand new pad to put on new names of movies. And I'm finding that you guys know so many movies, and when you tell me about these movies, I get a chance to look them up and review some of them. I've been doing that for my members every Monday. I've been posting a new movie for them to review, and it has been really enlightening. I miss learning about new movies and miss seeing new movies. So I have to say this like last I would say last 4 or 5 weeks, I've been really enjoying myself looking at new movies I've never seen before. So do go on ahead and give me, tell me the things that your favorite movies and things like that, especially ones that you think that I haven't seen. And Corgata, you're so sweet. It says you're the loveliest. Oh, that's so nice of you. That's so nice of you to say. Oh, you guys are just so awesome. I feel so good. Well, okay, let's get into it. My first movie that I wanted to talk about. Let's see if I can set things up. It won't be as good as as Lance did it last week, because I do think he has like a zoom in feature where you can zoom in and see different things, but I think my feature is just the screen itself. And so this is what I've got. I've got Miss Congeniality is one of my favorite movies. It is like every time I watch it, I just die laughing. It is just really one of those movies that I just can't help but laugh too. Let's see if I can get oh yeah, let's keep going. Uh Candice Bergen is in it, and she's wonderfully like funny and devious, and she's just one of those people that was built for comedy. A gorgeous lady, gorgeous. I believe she started out as a model. If she didn't, she's definitely pretty enough to be one. And she of course had her own show. I can't, for some reason, I can't remember the name of that show, but it wasn't exactly my favorite, but it was really big in the 90s. And this was, of course, in the year 2000. So she had been kind of doing this show, and was kind of seasoned to be comedic. And so she just pulls this off so well. Gives me chuckles every single time. Let's see if I can find, and this is Sandra Bullock was just so funny in this, just a delight. Just like a national treasure at this point, because she was so funny, and just there was something very relatable about her. Like you could totally relate to her. She was like the girl next door, but like drop dead gorgeous and funny. She could be funny and she can be sweet, all those things, and tough. And so yeah, just love myself some Sandra Bullock. Um, oh, and Benjamin Bratt was in this, and he was just I had seen him earlier in one film, which I thought he didn't really get to. I was kind of shocked when what happened to his character in that movie, and that was Cliffhanger. Um, I don't know if you guys remember Cliffhanger. That movie gave me like I haven't seen it since. I went to the movies. I was so excited. I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the movies, see a movie," and I was like, "What did I just watch?" Um, and I know it's a favorite of some people, but oh my goodness, that gave me it traumatized me. and especially what happened to his character. But it was so good to see him in this movie be sort of like the supporting like character, or I would say leading supporting character, and his chemistry with Sandra Bullock was off the roof. It was just like it was crazy. I was loving it, every minute of it. Unfortunately, he went on to do Catwoman, which is really we've got to talk about Catwoman one day. And Heather Burns is the blonde lady here. Let's get rid of this. And she is a delight in this. I haven't seen her in very many things except for, I believe, like it may have been a Hallmark movie or something to that effect. But she was really. I thought that at this point, uh, she should have been in more things. She was adorable in this movie. And of course, William Shatner. Oh gosh, William Shatner. Oh my gosh, just playing a very, very funny uh, person, forgetful and sort of just thinking of his performance is just hilarious. Charming, charming, charming. Uh, And let's see, I've got some comments in here. Hungry Jerk says my favorite movie, non-sci-fi horror fantasy movie, The Great Escape. World War II movie. All right, so let me write that down. Okay. Is Clint Eastwood in that movie? I think he is. Um, and Keith E says she represented New Jersey. Yes, she did. And that's really interesting, right? Like, there are a lot of movies with New Jersey, as you know, but it was very. I thought it was very interesting that they had her represent Miss Jersey. Um, and oh yes, William Blake Hall mentions Murphy Brown, and that's the show that Candice Bergen was in, and it was really really great. I loved. I've seen a few episodes. I wasn't a big fan of it, so I saw a couple episodes. It was really quippy and funny, and for the '90s, and so that worked then. And John Orchid says, "Of course, it's a great movie. It has William Shatner in it. Murphy Brown was the show she was in. Yes." Yeah, I think that show really seasoned her up for exactly what she's doing in this movie. Um, and like years and years of comedic training, and it would just work so well. William Blake Hall says favorite Sandra Bullock movies: Demolition Man, Speed, and Gravity. Oh, I haven't seen Gravity yet. Um, because I was like, oh no, is it a downer? But I'll put that on my list because I think if I'm not certain, I glanced at it somewhere, maybe it was playing. But yeah, yeah, and of course, Speed, Demolition Man. These are my movies. I've already done a review of Demolition Man, but Speed is soon to come because yeah, that's actually I'm gonna write that down because I that was the first movie I actually kind of remember going to the movie theater and seeing over and over and over again. And it's probably gonna go. I'm not sure if it's a feel good movie, but it's definitely one I love watching. And oh, Blake Call says, John. Okay, you've been. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Definitely, he's been. Oh yes, he's been. uh, and let's see. And Keithy also answers, who is Candice Bergen Murphy Brown? And William Blake Hall says, Bullock and Brat were together in Demolition Man. Oh yes, 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 yes. That's right. They were together in that too. Thank you, William Blake Hall. I forgot. Yeah, they do have like great chemistry together. I think I think that's something there. Let's see. Um, and William Blake Hall says Shatner was always a good comedian. He just decided to specialize in it. Yeah, yeah. I think this was one of those moments where it was so appropriate for him to play on kind of like this kind of absent-minded, kind of older person that that was charming, but also got things wrong a lot. And you never felt bad for him or anything. You just um you just wanted to give him a chance because he was just like, okay, he's okay. um And Hungry Jerk says, I've met hundreds of celebrities. Shatner was the worst I've met. Oh yeah. Sometimes it happens when we meet our heroes. They are not what we imagine or what we think that they should be. I've met a lot of celebrities as well, and sometimes they're really really friendly, and sometimes um, they just want to be left alone. And who knows? Sometimes if you leave them alone, you could be insulting them because they're a big deal. Like I don't know. It's a weird thing. And William Blake also says Practical Magic is also an interesting Sandra Bullock movie. I've never seen Practical Magic. Um, so of course it's going on my little list. Practical Magic. Yeah, I've never seen Practical Magic. Um, and William Blake also says, "Oh man, Gravity is arrived. Happy ending too." Oh, happy ending? Okay, yes. Okay, I'm so thank you for telling me that because people have been keeping the ending a secret from me. Um, so okay, that is an incentive to go see the movie. Um, that's for sure. 'Cause I was worried, I was like, "Oh, no, is it gonna make me cry? Is it gonna make me, like, depressed?" William Blakehall says, "Perhaps Speed is a feel-good in the same sense of many of those crime movies I mentioned last Friday." Yes, like, having to go through this kind of adventure, and of course, there is a happy ending, and, I suppose it could be put on the feel-good movie list. We'll see. I'll maybe compile a section for just action movies, that are feel-good movies, and there's probably gonna be a lot. There's probably Terminator would probably not be on that list. That's a big downer. Especially it does not have a happy ending. Uh even for the first movie. Yeah. Okay, so well, I'm just so pleased that you guys liked that one. Let's see if I can find my next pick. Here's my next pick. This one is a bit of a they just did oh gosh, advertisements. They just did a what do you call it? Not a remake, but a sequel to this, and I have to say it was not as good. Oh, wait a minute, did I actually see the sequel? Well, maybe I have to just watch it again. I'm not sure if it is if I have actually watched it or if I didn't watch it. I'm not sure. That's really weird. If you're not sure that you actually watched the movie, that's a bad sign. So yeah, before I comment on the sequel, I better make sure I've watched it. Um, and so we've got um, they did a couple of these things where they copied some of the old Disney moments. And I guess they're showing this on IMDb, how they kind of took different aspects of different um, Disney princess movies and incorporated them into Enchanted. And I really loved Enchanted. It's really one of my favorites. 2007 movie. Okay, let's get to the actual pictures. They did so many. They did so many moments. Okay, and so this stars Amy Adams as the main character. She was really great, and we've got Kevin Lima doing the voice for the little chipmunk, which is really he was fantastic. And here we have Susan Sarandon playing the evil queen, and James Marsden playing the prince. Love him. He's James Marsden, I think, is one of the actors I feel like Hollywood sleeps on. He's so good. He really is. He sings, he dances, he acts. He's great. I think what it is they're gonna let him get a lot older, and then he'll be in everything, right? We'll get a Marsden renaissance at some point. I'll be right there for it. There he is. I mean, it was great. Look, he just has the comedic moments just right for this character being a a prince of a cartoon universe and sort of coming into the new world and into the real world and being like over the top and insane. I loved all that. I loved all of that princess stuff, but also playing with different realities and how 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 different reality is from the sort of fantasy world. And Patrick Dempsey here playing the love interest. Really great stuff. I did really truly love this movie for all the gags, the funny moments, and absolutely silly, outrageously silly moments as well. Who's this again? This is Timothy Spall playing the bad guy in here. He's sort of the henchman, if you will, and is it was just incredibly good. Again, maybe a little bit over the top, but that was what his character was meant to be, and it just playing into that. And Adina Menzel, right? I believe that's a Adina Menzel. Yes, got it right. Um, and playing the girlfriend that is probably not a perfect match for the Patrick Dempsey's character. And yeah, this is just all great stuff. Let's see what you guys are saying about this. Let's see if I can get to the last comment. I did not start. Mm, And William Blake Hall says, okay, did I read this one? Yes, yes, I did read that one. And you have to excuse me because my glasses, oh, let me just change glasses and maybe this will work. My glasses are not strong enough for um, being seeing the small print on this on the screen here. See, this might be better. Oh, yes, it's much better. Um, See, I can wear these to watch this, but I can't wear them all the time. I get a headache. And then William Blake Hall says, I love the original Planet of the Apes movies. They were all popular, and yet each one had a downer ending. Yes, they all did have a downer ending. And I think for me, I just love the idea of, this world of apes and the the connotations of what that could mean. As you know, I've already covered Planet of the Apes and Beneath the Planet of the Apes. I'm about to attempt Escape to the Planet of the Apes. one of my favorite movies from the entire collection. And it's actually it's well, and also Conquest is also very good too. I have to say, that surprised me. That surprised me that Conquest was that good. And I didn't get to see the TV show and all that stuff, but loved it. Oh, Daryl Johnson is here. Says RNG. Hello. I may have to take a small break for, of course, the allergy monsters are trying to get me right now. Uh, and Blake Hall says, for some reason, I think James Marsden, I always think disturbing behavior. Oh, he was so good in that, yes. And that's another example of him like actually leading a film and doing it like I thought he did a great job. That's why I just was so surprised his career hasn't really been like him in more stuff. He's done a lot though. He's done a lot. But it's like I would like to see him in a lot more. And it may also be because a lot of these actors we expect to see them in everything, but sometimes they're like more interested in family life, and so sometimes they want to take more breaks for that stuff, personal issues that they go to through and stuff like that. So I do, you know, even though we've seen him in a lot of stuff, and I do wish he was in more stuff. I don't, I don't know what his personal um, life is like. So he may be, that may have played a part in the roles that he's not taken. And so Daryl Johnson says he was great in North by Northwest. Was that a remake or something? Because I know there's the earlier one with the Hitchcock one. Oh, which I have not fully seen, I'm like, I actually own it on digital, and I need to watch it. I need to watch it. So Monday, guys, you guys will probably see it soon. And I gotta somehow get I did a review of Interstellar that I want Unicorn Rampant Studio to see. So I'm trying to figure out how he can get to see that one because that was from one of the videos that he sent to me. So I definitely want him to see my reaction to it if I can. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if I can get him get a link to him. I might send you an email with a link and see. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Marsden was in North by Northwest. There was a Daryl says 8.3 out of 10. Director Alfred Hitchcock, Ernest Cary Grant. Yeah. Oh, James Mason. Oh. Yes, not James Marsden. That's right. They have almost the same name, except for a little R. And um yes, Unicorn Studio. I watched Interstellar. It was great. I loved it. And I'll send you the link and see, and maybe I can take it offline for a few hours and then send it back to the members. But I'll send it to you. And William Blake Hall says, yes, Daryl, we're just wondering which he it was. Yes. And Unicorn says, yeah, just a couple of goofs, but a great story. Loved it. Love rewatching the smaller parts. And Daryl says, oh, my bad. Oh, no problem. Yeah. No, no problem at all. But you remind me, I need to see this movie because, yeah, it's one of the greats. I've heard that it is incredible. And so, and Alfred Hitchcock, that's a win right there. Botanical Brother is here, says, hey there, Queen RNG. Wow. I better put my chest out like I'm the queen. And folks, when are we gonna see a Legend of Billie Jean watch party? Also, have you finally watched Yellow Submarine? Um, no. Okay. Thank you for adding that to my I do have it on my list. Um, and if you can tell me if there's a place where I can watch it, that'd be let me know, Botana, if you can research really quickly for me to let me know where I can see Yellow Submarine. Maybe I can squeeze it in this weekend. I don't know. Um, Uh, okay, yes, and Unicorn says, "I'll watch it immediately if I have access. I'll see you." Yes, yes. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll see it. Yeah, I'll send you a link, and I'm not sure exactly when, but look for my email, and I will send it within by Sunday. Right, let's say like somewhere between now and Sunday. Maybe I should do it right after. Let me write all these notes to myself. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna write a note to myself right now. Send this to Unicorn Rampant Studio immediately. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do it right after. Okay. Got a yellow sticky to let me know. Oh man. And William Blake Hall says, Botanical, I love Yellow Submarine. Oh, so sweet. Oh, and Daryl Johnson says, I'm all old and this you're not. You are not. Thank you. We all do it, but like I said, anyway, it was meant to be because I needed to put North by Northwest right up on my list. Like, so it was meant to be, I think. Uh, and oh, Daryl says that Apple TV is showing it. Okay, so Apple TV is showing Yellow Submarine. Oh, I don't have Apple. I don't have Apple. Um, yeah, I don't have Apple TV. Um, yikes. Okay, uh, we'll see. We'll see what I can do. I've got to get myself a copy, so we'll work on that. We'll work on that, Daryl. And yes, thank you so much for finding it for me. Thank you. Botanical Brother. Yeah, like the Yella sub also it aired every Thanksgiving back in the 80s. Oh. Oh, really? You know what? I think I remember seeing an ad for it once. And I'm like, "What's that?" And Unicorn Rapper said, "LOL, whenever you get to it, it's fine." Okay. Thank you. Oh my god, you guys are the best. Um, okay, so let's see if I can find another movie. Love this movie so much. The music in it is fantastic. Just one last thing, and of course, Amy Adams is wonderful in it. She's just, you know, just I think at that point was just beginning to show what kind of a superstar she was. And boy, 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 is that lady super talented. She's wonderful. I love Amy Adams. She's great. She is great. And Susan Sarandon. Susan, and a lot of people said that Susan Sarandon was over the top, but I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I was just chuckling the whole time. Let's see. The next movie for me is Splash 1984, guys. Love that movie so much. Let me see if we can get to the pictures. Oh, John Candy is there. Oh, stop it. Eugene Levy. Oh gosh, it's just great. Daryl Hannah, Tom Hanks. These guys were so super young there. And we're just starting to really um, get to know them, get to know Tom Hanks, so in particular, because now he's a huge super mega supernova star. But he was just starting out then, and just so funny and full of energy, and had had a lot of moxie. Just loved him in everything. The only movie I think I didn't really enjoy that much was Big. I know that's a favorite of a lot of people's, but I didn't really enjoy it as much. But he was just he just was incredible in everything he did. Um, and of course, it's a love story, guys. It's a love story. Daryl Hannah, though, was amazingly like drop dead gorgeous. I couldn't believe she was an actress because I was like, oh my god, she's not a supermodel. I thought she was a supermodel. But yeah, she was just fantastic in this, and she did such a wonderful job. I think she was also super incredible in uh, Blade Runner, and so this was after, I believe, right? I think yeah, 84, and yeah, she was just wonderful in this. They made such a pretty couple. And this bath, oh my god, this scene right here with her in the bath water, just trying to, relax. And then he's like, what's going on in there? He just starts like banging on the door, and she's like, wait a minute, don't come in. And she's got to like use the hair dryer to dry her legs. Oh, it was just great. I loved it. See, I wonder if they could repeat, like, I don't think they could make a movie like this again. I don't think so. The comedy is the part that's really special, and Eugene Levy and Dan Candy, I'm sorry, John Candy is just like they're fantastic. Why did I say Dan Candy? John Candy. They were fantastic. There was just something like about John Candy in every film that just worked. Uh, and so you probably could just put down every John Candy movie as the feel good list right there. But yeah, there's so much comedy in this. Her eating that lobster, hilarious. Just there were so many moments that were just great, 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 and like wholesome fun for the family, but it's also grown up too at the same time. I don't know how they pulled it off, but it was wonderful. Just wonderful. Let's see what you guys have to say about it. Botanical Brother says, I dig the All Together Now sequence in Red Yellow Submarine. Oh, cool. I'm probably gonna love this movie the way you guys are talking about Yellow Submarine. I'm probably gonna love it. And yes, no one not likes Amy Adams, right? She's just I think I think she's just, perfect. I don't think anybody not likes her. You said my mom likes oh, good, good. I think she's great. I thought you meant no one not likes her. Because I don't know anybody who's like, I hate that lady. I never heard it. She's terrible. No, I never heard like anybody say anything bad about Amy Adams. And Daryl Johnson says, "I think the Beetle movie is fun." Oh, well, I hope it is. I'm really optimistic about myself loving it. Because the way you guys are talking about it sounds like something I'm totally into. And Daryl Johnson says, "What is that movie with Ringo Starr, Caveman, and the Magic Christian?" I never saw that one. I never heard of it. And Tentacle Brother says Joe versus the Volcano was an okay Hanks movie. Also, I've never seen that movie. I've never seen it. Let me write that down. I've never seen that one. I've seen that one. And Joseph Gay says, Splash! That's a fun movie. Yes, it's so much fun. I know that Disney has done some messing around with some digital stuff because they thought it was too spicy. So, okay, all right, I grant you that. But otherwise, it's really great. All the players are just wonderful in it. And Botanical Brother says she played a crazy flipping goth chick in Great Blade Runner. Yes, it was great. She was great. Yes, Daryl says the same thing too. And Joseph Gay says, always remember the scene where she says her name was in her native Merperson language and bursts all the TV in the electronics store. Yes, man, that was great. I mean, look, we've already pinpointed 2 to 3 moments in the story that are just hilarious. Just great. And Daryl Johnson mentions Uncle Buck. Love that movie. You know, I've never, this is me. I've never seen that movie. There's so many movies I haven't seen. So Uncle Buck will be on the list. Macaulay Culkin is in that one too, I believe. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that one. That should be good. Joseph Begay says, Eric Stone story. Yes, I got you. I got you. Sometimes I can figure it out, and sometimes I'm totally clueless. Daryl Johnston says, "I've got a hole in my pocket. Ringo in the yellow sub." Oh, really? Okay, I have to look out for that when I see the movie. And Botanical Brother says Joe versus Volcano had a good deal of philosophy in it. Ooh, impressed comically. Okay, I need to see it. Absolutely. Wonderful. Yes, thank you for introducing me to this movie, guys. So I gotta see that Joe versus the volcano. That sounds like something to be right up my alley. Right up my alley. And see. Let's see if we see any more photos from the thing. Oh, I just now see today the makeup techniques would be completely different, but it wasn't so bad. I remember being a kid going like, how did they do that? How did they make her, make it blend into her skin? And it was really adorable. And there she is. She's uh, uh, walking. Oh, they took like what did they do? They took like actual pictures of her. Oh my God, New York in 1984. Wow, what a great photo. What a great moment there. The movies on the marquee, Lone Wolf McQuade, Lone Wolf McQuade, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. That was what, 1982? Cool, cool, cool. And there she is swimming. I was this is all like I think in a tank that they did because I thought I was like, how did they do this? How do they get in the ocean? And when you're a kid, you just you don't know how any of this stuff works, and trying to figure out like how do they do these shots underwater and stuff? Like, what is how do they do it? And it's much more simpler but more complicated than that. But you need a controlled environment, and tanks are perfect for this. And look at the marquees on in the theaters are really hilarious. They got Evil Dead, Extro. Do you like? I've never seen Extro, guys. That's one that I have not seen. It says The Mistress, Sweet Treats, and I can't see the rest, but I think that might be a special theater. Special theater. Yeah, great movie. Love it, love it, love it. Uh, let's see what else. And Oh, hi there. I forgot. I remember learned how to say your name and then I forgot. Okay, let's try to see if I can sound it. Opal, uh, Opal Del Doc. I think Opal Del Doc. Okay, yes. Del Doc one says, when it comes to Hanks, that thing you do is a very good comedy drama. So I never saw that one either. Timing or whatever. I just couldn't see it. Life. So I'm writing it down because, yeah, definitely want to know more movies that I don't know about. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, and William Blake Hall says, Daryl, as a boy, that hole in my pocket inspired me to imagine portable space warp. Oh, wow. Okay. I need to see the movie now. And he says, Lance is in here. Please enter what? And William Blake says, the best Hanks performance ever may be Captain Phillips, but that is extremely serious. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I heard about that. Probably won't see it. It's too real. It's too real. Botanical Brothers says, does anyone remember the Ally McBeal CGI dancing baby? I apologize. I digress. Ally McBeal CG dancing baby? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Was it in the show like a I haven't. I didn't. Okay, first of all, I didn't watch Ally McBeal. That's probably what it was. I didn't watch Ally McBeal. And so Daryl Johnson says Forrest Gump was good. Oh yeah, it's just one of the greats. The movie was way better than the book. Oh really? That's the first time I've ever heard somebody say that a movie was better than the book. Wow. And Zachariah 315 is here. Hi, Zachariah. How are you? It says howdy. So good to see you. Um, and Opal Del Doc says, even if I'm not completely sure how the name is pronounced, I took it from a comedy I read, but I've never actually heard anyone say it. Oh, okay. Yes, it's a very intriguing name. That's cool. You found it from a comedy that you read. Um, what's the name of the comedy? Do you remember? That sounds really cool. And William Blake calls this Ooga Chaka, Ooga Chaka. Yes, I recall the dancing baby. Oh, okay. See, I didn't watch Ally McBeal. Uh, and John Orchid says, I have to go. Thank you for the show. See you next time. All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much again for the wonderful gift for the channel. And thank you. I hope to see you again really soon. Have a great weekend. And let's see. Yeah, just a funny movie altogether. And it's just newspaper. Beauty bears all at Statue of Liberty. Oh, look at her there. She's so sad. And also, I always wanted Daryl Hannah, or wish that Daryl Hannah had done more movies when she was younger. Because like I said, she was sort of somebody who was working on something, and she was good in the things that she was in. It's just the you know just getting her to those projects is probably was a challenge for the 1980s, but yeah. And I just like look at this picture of New York City. That is like a real gritty moment there. I can identify with this picture. very much. I've been here. This looks like 14th Street, actually, to be honest. Yeah, this looks like 14th Street, but I could be wrong. Uh, yeah, it's just great. Uh, Hilarious moments everywhere to be had. Now, the next movie I am gonna do, let's see if I can find it. Um, oh, this is an oldie. Gentlemen, oh, how to get out of the way, advertisements. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, 1953, guys. Oh my God, love this. Director Hawks. Uh, this stars Jane Russell. Love, love, love Jane Russell, Marilyn Monroe, Charles Coburn. Just wonderful. And the sequences in here are, oh no, no internal server error, please, no. Guys, no. What the heck? Okay. What was going on there? Let's see if I can call up the pictures. Okay, that must have had something to do with DB. But oh, look at how beautiful she was there, Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, just love this movie, guys. I saw this when I was a kid, watching TCM, and the first time I saw it, it must have been late night and watched it, and all the music on songs and everything was just so great. And I think I watched it after Madonna's Material Girl video came out. 'Cause she blew everybody's mind with this Material Girl video, and I was like, wow, what a groovy, you know, it's very, very beautiful the way everything was presented in Material Girl. And my mom was like, oh, and she's doing a play on Marilyn Monroe's, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes movie. And I was like, what? So then it was playing one day, and I think it was playing specifically because they were, trying to commercialize or they were trying to take advantage of the fact that Madonna made her video and kind of show you like, hey, this is where it came from. And so I watched the entire movie and I was laughing. I was singing along the first time, and just enjoyed it and just immensely. And so that was one of the movies that hooked me on TCM. There were some other movies before I'd always watch stuff like King Kong and all those other black and white movies, but this one was like, oh, musicals of the 1950s. There's something there, something special about these performances, these actors, and what they were trying to do visually on screen. With all the movies during this time, it sort of had a focus and like a vision, and it just blew my mind, how theatrical it was, like, and like as like a almost like a stage play, but also how much work that they had to do to have these two young ladies, like here they're dressed in similar costumes. The costumes are amazing. Costumes are amazing. The stories are fully developed. In each character, you feel um, endeared to, like, almost immediately endeared to these characters. Even the ones that are mean and stuck up or, silly, they're a little over the top, but it's still um, fun atmosphere, and you do kind of like smile a little bit just thinking about it. And these girls couldn't be more different, right? They're like completely different, like sizes, and they're different hair colors, and and yet they just had some kind of chemistry on camera. I don't know what how they were off camera, but on camera, it was like showtime. Bam! And they were great. They were great. Again, I was already singing a lot of the songs when the first time, and just loved it. I'm getting a little teary eyed. I don't know why, but just remembering how much I loved it the first time, and and of course it's in color. They have black and white pictures here, uh, but it was all done in color. And there's a scene where Jane Russell has to pretend to be Marilyn Monroe's character, Lorelai, and she is just having so much fun with it. It's really had me in stitches, had me in stitches the whole time. So I just loved it. Let's see if I can stop at a great picture. That's a great picture of the two of them. And I believe they both had their um, a handprint in California at about the same time. I'm not sure if they had their stars at the same time, but they did put their handprints together, and you could still see it there in the cement prints that they have in Hollywood. Let's see what you guys are saying about me ranting, going on and on and on and on about Jennifer for Blonde. And yes, thank you, John Orchid, once again. And Daryl says, "Oh, she did that movie with Steve Martin." Oh yeah, yeah. Daryl Hannah. What was the name of that movie? It was about the guy Cyrano? Cyrano? I think it was Cyrano. And Botanical Brother says, "Some Like It Hot." That is one of my favorite films too. I do love that movie. Some Like It Hot, and also 7 Year Itch. Oh, that was such a good one. Um, and William Blake Hall says, like I say, the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original will smack you right down in old New York. Oh, that's great. That's great. You know, another one movie that it really feels very New York to me, I get nostalgic seeing it, is Dog Day Afternoon as well. It's really it's a really intense movie, but yeah, it is like, oh gosh. I get a little um what is it like not just nostalgia but homesick for it, because I grew up at that during that time, and it just sort of I get homesick when I see New York, and even though it's like tattered and all weird, it's not like the perfect utopia. It's gritty and dirty, but sometimes those places are when you call them when they're home or they're part of your home or upbringing. There's something familiar about it, and then it starts to feel like art to you. I don't know. It starts to feel like art to you. And I just remember too all of the subway stations that were just full of like graffiti and stuff. Just yeah. And William Blake Hall says, "Hey, I'm a gentleman. I like them all." Yes. Uh, and Daryl Johnson says, "I was just listening to that soundtrack." And William Blake Hall says, "Awesome. I like Traffic Jam turned up to a symphony." Yes. And when Botanical Brother says, "Fast Times at Ridgemont High is a funny feel-good flick." Yes. Oh, well, hopefully I have that on my list. Uh, okay, let me just make sure it's on my list for us to talk about. I think we gently talked about it, but I think we talked about we didn't talk about it. Like we didn't get into detail about it. We didn't feature it, so we'll get. Well, I think that's when we'll feature next time, maybe. Botanical Brother says, "I will make sure to check it out. I dig 50s and 60s movies. Yeah, Yeah, and if you're, I know there's some people who don't like musicals because they don't get into it. I do love musicals because I get into the words. I suppose I get into the words and stuff. And the stuff that they're saying in this movie is kind of hilarious. I'm like, wow, okay, so they had those problems back then too. And it's very interesting also how they frame the two characters. Lorelai is looking for a rich husband who is going to take care of her, and definitely, I forgot the name of Jane Russell's character, but she's looking for someone who she can just fall in love with. She just wants to fall in love, and it's interesting how they put the two uh, girls kind of opposite each other too, in the whole thing. It was great. Great, just great. The Botanica Brothers says, "Mad, Mad, Mad World is a classic, funny as F movie." Um, and Mad, Mad, Mad World. Yes, I do have that on my list somewhere, but just as I'm gonna just rewrite that down, and that I believe that's 4 M's, right? So Mad, Mad, Mad World. I will. I've got that on my list because I never saw that one, and so I'm gonna make sure that at some point I get to see it. And Daryl says, "I got hooked uh, on a piece of okay. I got hooked on a piece of music from Bullet called Shifting Gears. That's something you play when you get in your car." Ooh. And Keith E says, "Love Mad, Mad, Mad World. Um, those magnificent men and their flying machines also. Ooh, I want to see it now. Guys, I'm really wanting to see that movie." Joseph Begay says, "When I think of Marilyn Monroe, I always think about the movie Some Like It Hot 1959. Yes, so good. So good. That movie, it was ahead of its time, and it was just wonder. What a great script too. What a great script. They thought of everything in that movie. They thought of everything in that movie. It gets a little like maybe a little convoluted with the mafia guys, but still, it was still very good. It was still very good. They had a way of trying to of inserting tension, and it was done wonderfully. And William Blake also, for me, I always recall Marilyn in 7 Year Itch. I love it. Yes, that's such a great movie. A man who is trying to resist Marilyn Monroe, a very flirtatious, but innocently flirtatious neighbor, and his wife is away, and it's just so great. Again, another wonderful script. Another wonderful script. There is some like singing and dancing in it, but it's not necessarily a musical. It's just a thing that happens during uh during the thing. During the thing. Oh man. And William Blake Hall says Daryl Hannah was with Steve Martin and Roxanne, which was sort of like Cyrano, like we had like the big nose and everything. Yes, 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 yes. And Joseph Begay also says Daryl Hannah, Steve Martin, and Roxanne, 1987. Botanical Brother says there was a girl named Becky who looked just like Marilyn Monroe in high school. Oh, that is pretty cool. I bet she had all the boyfriends. And Botanical Brother says, Roxanne, you don't have to turn on the red light with a musical symbol. Uh, and and Botanical Brother says, New York, before New York was gentrified. Yes, I did grew up pre-gentrification of New York City. There's just one, probably one or two blocks that were gentrified, I guess, if you will. But yeah, now it's really bad. Like people born and raised in New York have to move out pretty much because they can't afford the rent. And I don't know who they're going to have to do all of those small jobs, like, bringing people up and all that stuff, because you can't have a job like that and actually live in New York City. You have to come in, you have to commute. So everybody pretty much who works in New York City commutes. Um, Joseph Begay says it's such a long time since I've seen Roxanne. I forgot Shelley Duvall also starred in Roxanne. I need to rewatch that movie. Was it good? Let me know if it's good. Should I watch it? And Gary Carpenter is here. Hello, Gary Carpenter. How are you? And Bonzo Kilborn is also here. Hello, how are you? Hi, guys. And yeah, we're just going over some feel good movies. We've already talked about, let's see, who did we talk about? Miss Congeniality. We talked about Enchanted, Splash. And now we're talking Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, 1953. And we're getting all this nostalgia feelings about movies that Marilyn Monroe was in that we all like. And let's see. Joseph Begay says, still love watching Harvey 1950 with Jimmy Stewart. Okay, so I have not seen that one. So I got to write that down. Harvey 1950, Jimmy Stewart. Because sometimes when you look at all of the older movies and there's like all of these, and you're like, okay, which one should I watch? And so it's kind of nice to have an idea of which one is sort of like the one that a lot of people remember. So, you're not like shooting in the dark. Uh, and Botanical Brother says, once I figure out how to properly upgrade my funding method, I will send you a super chat, RNG. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my God. Thank you. That is really nice of you. Stop it. You're going to make me, oh my God, tears, tears, tears. I'm leaking, guys. Oh my God. That is so nice of you. Thank you for thinking of me. You guys are so sweet. And Gary Carpenter says there's an anime con going on in New York City this weekend. Oh man, I wish I were there for that. I really do. I miss going to things like that. And Gary says, I love Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Oh yeah, so good. Like I watched it recently. Had been years, and then I watched it again recently. I'm right back at being like 14 or 15 again and watching it and singing along perfectly to all the songs, all the words and everything. I was like, wow, I can't believe I still remember the words to all of these songs. And they were great. And because uh, Jane Russell's character is looking for love. She like every guy she sees, she's like, oh, could he be the one? Could he be the one? And so there's a scene with her exploring the cruise that they're on, and there's all of these like really great looking guys, and they're surrounding her as she's singing the songs. Um, and yeah, she's looking for a man, but she wants to fall in love more than anything. It's so great. And Gary Carpenter says my favorite movie is The Wizard of Oz. Oh wow, that's a great one. Yeah, we talked about it I think last week in great detail. It was so good. It's so good. Oh, not last weekend, the week before. So, Feel Good Movies Part 2. We did talk about it, And yes, it was one of my favorites as well. Gary Carpenter says, I love bed knobs and broomsticks as well. So I've not seen that one. Lance from the Outcast Creative has mentioned it several times. He lights up every time you mention that movie, he lights up. So there must be something to this movie. So I'm gonna write it down again for me to remember to see. Yeah, and Botanical Brother says bunch of classic comedians in that flick, Mad World. Okay, yeah, okay. So I am so there. I am so there. Uh, okay, well, this is my first time seeing this on my channel. Taylor Swift greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. Oh wow. I guess it's in reference to Taylor's numbers that she did um, on in the movie theater. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So I'm gonna call you Taylor to make everything short. And Taylor and is just saying Taylor is just saying hello to everybody, waving. And Gary Carpenter says it's a mad world. It's hilarious. Okay, totally. I must see this movie. And the big W, Daryl says. And I'm trying to see. And Gary Carpenter says Marilyn Monroe was great in There Is No Business, like show business. Okay, I've seen that one. I saw that one when I was a kid. I have. Oh, okay. Is it called That's Entertainment? Um, where the lady comes out and she sings "There's No Business Like Show." Like, is that the? Is it called that? That's Entertainment. Let me know. So I think that's the name of the song, the name of the movie, but and Bonzo Kilburn says Marilyn's grave has been turned from beige to pink because so many people have kissed it with lipstick on. Ooh, yuck. Well, it's kind of sweet, but kind of weird too. Thank you for that bit of trivia. Botanical Brother says, "There's no way I resist Marilyn." That's so sweet. Yes, she was amazing, um, and she was so sweet in this movie. Innocent, but she was she was definitely after a man with means. She wanted to be with a rich man that could provide her with like diamonds and uh, you know and could just give her the kind of lifestyle she wanted. And there's just so many like antics that go on in this movie that's just so great. I loved it. And Taylor said Taylor's giving me donuts. I love donuts. So I like the kind I don't like regular donuts. I like the donuts that are just plain, not the ones with all the icing and all that. No, I don't like those. I like just the plain donuts with nothing on it. Those are the ones I like. I'm so specific. And Deadman Walking is here. Oh my God, Deadman Walking 55, guys. If you just a generally great channel, Deadman Walking. That's a really great channel. So go and check it out. Thank you for being here, Deadman Walking. It's so good to see you. And and Gary says, "Brother, who can resist her? Yeah, who can? She's just wonderful." And Gary Carpenter says Marilyn was married 3 times, and that was true. That was true. And Taylor is saying hi to everybody. And Gary Carpenter says if she had lived to this year, she would be in her 90s. Oh, wow. That's incredible. And Bonzo Kilborn says, I would pass on Marilyn if Retro were there. You're so silly. You don't pass up Marilyn, okay? I wouldn't let you. I wouldn't let you. I would just guide you the right direction. Go. There she is, right there. Because Marilyn is just, she was just perfect. Um, and Daryl Johnson says Marilyn would be 97 if she were alive to the 97. Oh my God. Oh, and Botanical is like, you're welcome, Queen. You're so sweet. Um, and Joseph Gay says the movie Harvey get a mention in the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit 1988. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, so now I've got to see Harvey, and then I've got to rewatch Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I've got homework to do. Thanks, Joseph. And William Blake Hall says, I like the movie My Weekend with Marilyn. Oh, yeah, it wasn't that like a more recent movie? Um, I'll write that down. All right. And I think Michelle, well, I forgot her first name. I mean her last name, but Michelle Williams played Marilyn in that one. I think so. And Gary Carpenter says I have several movies of Katharine Hepburn, Love, Arsenic, and Old Lace, and Bringing Up Baby, and Rooster Cogburn. Okay, so these are all movies I have yet to see, and I must. I heard so much about Arsenic and Old Lace and Bringing Up Baby, so definitely. Thank you. I have them on my list already, but that's why I'm not writing them down. But that those are definite. Actually, I'm gonna write down Rooster Cogburn because that is not on my list. Rooster Cogburn. Yeah, that one's not on my list. Oh, and William Blake Hull says Lion in Winter, a great Christmas movie starring Katharine Hepburn and Peter O'Toole. All right, so I think I have it on my like list of movies to watch. Um, and let me just write that down again just to make sure and put a star next to it. Lion in Winter. Uh, and thank you so much. And Joseph Begay says, this is for you, botanical brother. Oh my goodness, you're so sweet. Thank you. Now that is just wonderful. Thank you so much. And for both of you, Botanical Brother and Joseph Begay, I do have a thank you for both of you. I appreciate it so very much. Oh man, you know I was dancing to that one. Oh man, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I really appreciate it so very, very much. You guys are amazing. And Daryl Johnson says Big Trouble in Little China. What a movie. I don't think we've talked about that one, have we? I don't think so. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna mention that one. Yeah, I don't think we've done that one. Okay, so let me just write that Big Trouble. You guys know how much I love that movie. So, um, and Botanical Brothers says follow that yellow brick road. Yes. And, Unicorn Rampant Studio says Timothy Dalton, was in The Lion in the Winter. Really? Okay. That is why there's a star. It's probably that's why there's a star right next to it. Wow, I didn't know he was in it. And Taylor says awesome. And Gary Carpenter says I have several movies on Catherine Hepburn. I love Bringing Up Baby, Rooster Cogburn, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Oh, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? I don't think I've seen that one. But I think I recently saw a clip from it, though. William Blake Hall says, everyone in Lion in Winter, even Anthony Hopkins. Okay. Wow. Like, even Anthony Hopkins. You know, Anthony Hopkins is just great anyway. Just to put that out there. And Daryl Johnson says Tom Hanks movie 1989, The Burbs. Yes, I love myself The Burbs. Oh my goodness. I did review it. It's just one of those funny, spooky movies, but also super, super hilarious. Super and Gary Carmen that's a good one too. And Zachariah says is saying hi. Let's see. Um, Gary Carpenter says I like the Money Pit. I've never seen the Money Pit. I've never seen the Money Pit. And Daryl says, "Oh, the Money Pit is another good one." I had no idea. And let's see. And Keely says, "Just great to be in another chair with retro. That makes my day." You're amazing, Keithy. Just amazing. Gary Carpenter says, "Just a wonderful guy, Keithy is just wonderful." Gary Carpenter says, "No, that's entertainment. It's not. That's entertainment. That is a documentary about Hollywood and the movies, but that movie business is about Broadway." Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know that there was a difference between the 2 movies. Thank you, thank you. And, Botanical says, "Me too, Origin, plain donuts all the way." Yeah, me too. What I like to do is I like to sprinkle some cinnamon on it. So good, it's so good. Just sprinkle some cinnamon on just plain donuts. I wish they made it like that, like a cinnamon swirl donut. Oh, that would be so good. No added sugar stuff on it, just plain like plain donut. Uh, poor Siri. Yeah, Siri is doing some weird stuff there. And Taylor says, donuts. And Gary says, I love the Krispy Kreme donuts, especially with the cream jelly filled. Oh, I used to love those. Yeah, I did used to love them. Um, Oh, well, I can't mention there's a couple of things I can't mention in there. And, let's see, I'm glad I'm trying to pre-read some of these. William Blakehall says, "My Marilyn these days is singer Sade." Oh, yeah. If she came, if she called me up, swoosh, I'd be gone. Yeah, Sade is amazing. And I think Sade is the name of the group, but her name is something else. But yeah, cool. She's gorgeous. And Darth Plato is here, is in the house. How are you today, Darth Plato? Great to see you in the chat. And Unicorn Rampant Series is bringing up Baby has been a feel-good movie for me since I was a child. It's been on TV on and off forever, but never overplayed. Ooh, okay, so that was one of the ones that I've been hearing everybody just say, bring up Baby." And I'm not sure if I saw it a long, long time ago or if I just saw clips of it. So I definitely need to watch that because it sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I love when you guys tell me your experiences with these movies because then I'm like, okay, all right, I know for sure I'm gonna enjoy watching these because so far you guys have not been wrong about movies that I've not seen and will enjoy. It is I think you guys have kind of know my taste. And so yeah, that's the kind of movie I'm talking about. Like something that if you're a kid, you're gonna love and enjoy. That's the kind of movie that I like. And your good says, I think Cary Grant calls Catherine Hepburn monkey face over that one. That's the best. Look, Cary Grant is incredible. I'm a big fan from what I've seen in so far. So I haven't seen every movie of his, but he's been so good in everything. Um, and I think I just need to see the Hitchcock movies that he's in. I haven't seen those because he's going to be playing it really straight, so that's going to be kind of a weird thing for me to see. But I want to see that. I definitely want to see that. Uh, Joseph Gay said Peter O'Toole. Suddenly, I'm reminded of the movie The Stuntman. Okay, I need to see that movie as well, The Stuntman. I figure if I write it down a million times, it'll finally get into my brain like, "Okay, I gotta see that movie." And William Blake Hall says, "Love The Stuntman." Stars Steve Railsback Carlson from Life Force. Oh my, he's so good in Life Force. So I can't wait to see that. And Botanical Brother says, "You're the man, Joseph." And Gary Carpenter says, Unicorn, have you seen the movie The Last Unicorn? It's an animated movie with Angela Lansbury in it. And for sure, I did do an in-depth review of that movie. It's a wonderful movie. It's one of those things where I think the first time I saw it, I was like, "What is going on?" I was kinda confused. But, then, I got a hold of, um, a good somebody who, like, really understood the book, and I was like, "Oh, the book." And, I didn't get a chance to read the book, but I got a lot of information about the book. And I was like, "Okay, well, let me look at this movie again in the context of a lot of the backstory from the book." And, then I was able to figure out a lot of detail there that wasn't apparent to me before. So, yeah, it did take a few watches, but, yeah. And there is a musical element, but it again, with a lot of these musicals, it's not the music, it's the words that are like the most important piece of it. So when I pulled out the words of some of the songs, I was like, "Ooh." Joseph Gay says, "I'm in the shadow uh, of Botanical Brother." And uh, Unicorn Rampant says, "No, I have not. Although I've watched R&D's review of the movie." Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I would do I say, like, go watch it? I always recommend it, but, you know, definitely give it some slack because there's it is like kind of an international kind of thing. There's a lot of different groups of people working on it from other from different countries. So it has a very strong anime feel to it. And so, like, if that's something you're like cool with and you're up for it, and I would say yes. Um, and Botanical Brothers says Big Trouble is the joint. Yes, it's really great. What a great movie. Uh, and Unicorn says I love Angela Lansbury, and the movie seems interesting. Yeah, Angela is fantastic in it. She plays a bad guy. And Anthony Hopkins Free Jack. I never saw that one. And Daryl Johnson says, "You've never seen Money Pit Orangey. You need to see it." Okay. What is it? Tell me what it's about. And um, Daryl Johnson says, "There's no business like show business." Is the movie is the name of the movie that I need to be put down. And Botanical Brother says, "Oh, that sounds like cinnamon on plain. Got to try that. Thanks. Yeah, it's really good. If you're into cinnamon sugar, of course, but I like just cinnamon on it. I do different types of sugar, cinnamon as well. Um, there's Ceylon sugar, cinnamon, and just regular cinnamon. And I like to mix them both. And Daryl Johnson says director Lang Ryder, Phoebe Ephron, Henry Ephron, Lamar Trotty stars Ethel Merman, Marilyn Monroe, Donald O'Connor, genre comedy, drama, musical, release date 1955. Okay, wow. Thank you for all that info. Thank you so much. And Botanical Brother says, His Girl Friday. And of course, I love that movie so much with Rosalind Russell. I love her. And actually, maybe I should do the next movie which has her in it. And we somebody mentioned it last week. I forgot who, but it's one of my favorites. And William Blake Hall says Ingrid Bergman at her sexiest in Notorious, another Hitchcock starring Cary Grant. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I forgot about Notorious. Notorious. Yes, forgot about Notorious. It's one of his. I'm also trying to find some of his earlier works as well, just to get go in full on with my Hitchcock. My Hitchcock era. I need to have like a Hitchcock era and um uh a Godzilla era. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. And Joseph Gay, you're so wonderful to me. Thank you so much. $30 uh super chat. That is just incredible. As a gift from me and your friends on this channel who appreciate your reviews and these dives into movies I've never heard of. Please enjoy some donuts from us to you. Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you. I'm gonna go to my local donut shop. I'm like, I need $30 worth of donuts, please. Oh, that will be fun. But thank you so much. I really appreciate your generosity. That's really sweet of you. Let me see if I can find uh, a fresh thank you. Oh, I do like this one. It's really great. Oh my god, I think it's appropriate since we were talking about movies, older movies. So thank you so much. It's really wonderful and special. Thank you. And Opal Del Doc, I'm getting the hang of it. There's no business. Also has Mitzi Gaynor. Okay, I remember her. It's very easy to have a thing for her or two. and and William Blake Hall said Mitzi did South Pacific, right? And Gary Carpenter says, "Have you seen the movie High Spirits?" Peter was in it. Yes, I love that movie so much. You don't know. I do love that movie. Daryl Hannah is in that movie as well. And yeah, it's really good movie. Love it. Love it. A nice comedy, spooky movie. Um, Loved it, loved it, loved it. And Liam Neeson is in that one, a very young Liam Neeson too. I think I developed a small crush on him in that film. And Joseph Begay says, no, but I'll check it out and see. That was to the High Spirits. Yes, I highly. It's funny. It's for definitely for uh, 80s funny flavor. Steve Guttenberg is in it, I believe. Uh, just it's not a laugh a minute. There are some moments where they take time to actually tell the story, and it's it's good. Who else is in it? Oh my God, I'm forgetting the actress's name that's in that movie. If I could just find her name. I'm about to find it in a second. Um, It is Beverly D'Angelo, who is hot, 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 hot at the time. She still is actually. She's remarkably ageless, and yeah, she was wonderful in that. Just very funny. She was perfect for many of those kinds of comedies. And Gary Cabrera says, "Please Sue, it's really good." Yes, I do enjoy High Spirits quite a bit. Um, and Joseph Gay says, "I just found someone with a copy of it and and order it. Thanks for the recommend." Yes, uh, great. That's wonderful that you're able to find somebody with a copy. Um, and I think I think I have a digital version of that, so I can. Yeah, it's so good, so good. Sounds like a Duran song, a Notorious. Oh yes, that is a. It probably might be where they got the title from. They're like, let's name it after that old Hitchcock movie. And William calls this great early Hitchcocks are The 39 Steps, Shadow of a Doubt, and Strangers on a Train. They kind of have sort of it's like they sort of have a rhythm to them. And Danny Savin says, yeah, it's most of those movies, but once in a while you get me. And let's see. And Notorious RGB is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And Gary Cabrera says, Strangers on a Train has Aunt Clara from Bewitched on it. Oh, ooh, I'm intrigued. What? Gary Cabrera says that Fred Astaire was in Inferno. Wow. But Blake Hall says, the Towering Inferno. Yes, I think he was also in Ghost Story. Well, yeah, the Towering Inferno. I do believe I saw it, but it's been so long. I don't remember who's in it. And William says, "Yes, see Rear Window." Well, that is definitely on the big list. Meaning, I don't have to write it down because it's already yeah, it's already spoken for. I've already got a place for it, and I just need to find a good copy if I don't have one already. Do I have a copy of Rear Window? Is the question. Let me find out really quickly. Um, nope, I don't think I do. Oh, that's a shame. And they remade it in 1998 with Christopher Reeve. Cool. Did anybody see that version? Oh, and it's that one's playing for free. Of course, it's not the original. Let's see. Mm, yeah, see the original one. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find a copy. And Gary Carpenter says Liam Neeson was in Crawl. Yes, he was. And William Blake Hall mentions even in Excalibur. And Chris Reeve has a remake of Rear Window. Exactly what I was just saying. And William Blake also saw that decently done. An interesting variation. Oh, really? Okay, so I should check it out. Okay, good, good, good. I put it in my favorites so that way I could see it later. And and Gary Carpenter says I've not seen it or the original. Yeah, I think I'm going to see the original first, obviously. Botanical Brothers says Donnie Darko is a feel good movie. Just joking. I know I've never seen Donnie Darko, and I know, I have to see it, but I'm not sure. I gotta prepare for movies like that. I gotta prepare. What do they call Rear Window? Grace Kelly. Oh my, oh my. Yeah, she's just beautiful. In that movie. And I didn't see. I've seen clips, and so Gary Carpenter says Jane Russell shows up at the end of one of the road movies. Um, and when you say road movies, I'm not sure which one is that one. What does that road movies? Um, and Daryl says support your local sheriff with James Garner in 1969. And Keith E says Suzanne Plachette was in support of your local sheriff also. Oh, really? Wow. I love Suzanne Plachette. I always thought she was gorgeous. And Gary Carpenter says, DJ, you forgot the support. Oh, he says that. I believe it has a sequel. And William says, Suzanne Plachette had an odd filmography, Birds, Experiments in Terror, Power. And Daryl Johnson says, Joan Hackett was in it. Oh, I don't know who she is. Interesting. All right. And so let's move on to the next one. Let me just see how are we doing for time. Okay, we're not doing too bad. I think I could do one more. Um, let's do the one that I was saying that had Rosalind Russell in it. And we mentioned quite briefly last week. And that is Auntie Mame. Love that movie. Love that movie. Directed by Morton DaCosta. And stars Rosalind Russell, Forrest Tucker, and Coral Brown. She is miraculous in this movie. And I do believe that, and I talked about this before, Lucille Ball did one as well, but it didn't quite feel the same. Here's some just promotional pictures of her, but they don't. The thing about this for sure were the costumes, because she had to go through several decades of life, and for like in each one, she's just decked out in the most ridiculously awesome costumes, and all of these were, of course, done by Edith Head, and just wonderful, wonderful things. Head to toe, just amazing. Look at that outfit. Like that is an outfit. Okay. She just it was they were all just wonderful pieces of art, really, of themselves. And there was some appropriation. This is a good one, but I think it wasn't meant as in like disrespect or anything like that. This is my fashion, um, original fashion, and she's not trying to pull it off as her own. In the story, she's using it as a means of transformation for her, like what state of mind she's in, and this was her state of spirituality, where she was experimenting with different things here. And yeah, this is a great example of like costuming that's out of this world, but also, that full Hollywood glam look. Besides the costuming, though, this had an excellent story about the relationship of a woman and her nephew. And they go through ups and downs throughout their relationship. And there are so many like really unique characters that are in the bunch that really stand out besides the main, auntie name, and just shows how fabulous this woman this woman was, and just the way you would probably want, like, your idealistic auntie to be like. She's not your mom, but she's got authority, and she's also like those you go with her to with a problem because she knows how to fix it, right? And she always has a way with fixing little problems here and there, just making a life just a little bit easy for the people around her. And forgot the name of this character, but it's played by Peggy Cass here, and it is one of those characters where she's awkward and weird, uh, but charming at the same time, very charming. You want the best for her. You don't. She's slightly annoying. She is a smidge annoying, but also there is a sweetness to her, in a sense that you do want her to eventually, rise above like whatever she's going through. And it's just wild. It really is a wild story. Um, and there was some romantic moments, I think, in the beginning, and then by the end, she's of course, like, I'm not sure if she gets married or once or twice, but yeah, it just goes through her entire life, um, her adult life, and it's just beautiful and sad too. There's like bittersweet. It's touching. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, it's really good. Oh my God, I'm getting teary-eyed. But yeah, I love it. Um, oh, all this time I've been going at it and I'm not showing you the pictures. Oh my goodness. Okay. So let me go through the pictures again. um Here, I think let's do it. All this time I've been this is why I need Lance. Lance, where are you? Okay, let's get it. Um there we go. Now you can see the thing if the ad won't go there. There. Okay. So we'll go through it again. We got promotional pictures from the the movie, and that was the outfit that's like super outrageous. So yeah, and I think this one is my favorite poster. That's my favorite poster from the whole thing because it's really colorful, but you can't miss it. Can't miss that one. Um, and Yeah, this is the character I was telling you about, played by Peggy Cass. That was really a very quirky, nerdy kind of uh, geeky character that's socially awkward, but She is charming, and you do want to see the best for her. And yeah, this is Auntie Mame, probably in one of the latter, like close to the end, where she's a lot older. And again, look at that costume. It's sick. That is like, that's ridiculous. But it's beautiful, just gorgeous. The detailing on it. So, and Rosalind plays the character with like very much, very regal. You know, she knows a lot, but she's never insulting like into your face, but maybe behind your back she was like, oh. She's a like a fully fledged character with a lot of personality. If you've seen his girl Friday, it's she doesn't play the character exactly the same, but there's definitely that that special feeling that I don't know what to call it, that there's flavorings of the same kind of character, and maybe that's just something that she has to offer to the character, to the character that she's playing. And so she's just incredible. Again, you could see her outfit in the back there. It's like dripping with a sparkle. It's I want that outfit. It's just wonderful. The costume is just outrageous. And another thing too I like about this is that I saw this when I was a kid, and it has so much energy in it. So much energy. It never bores you. You're like, oh my God, when is this gonna end? It really does have a a, a wonderful like storyline. It's written well. It's and it's endearing. What else can I say? What else can I say? This is a good place to stop. I am just like before I start crying again. Williams said she was also in one of the Herbie the Love Bug movies, and the Shaggy DA. Oh, was that Suzanne Plachette? Um, and RNG Bob Hope Road movies with Bing Crosby. Oh, okay, movies with Big Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. Okay. And Gary Carpenter says Joan Hackett was in the Cockeyed Cowboys of Calico Country. Wow. Say that fast. You can't. Joseph Gay says, so glad when you saw Russell's Auntie Mame. This is my favorite feel-good movie. Her strength to get through things, to express herself is inspirational. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. Inspirational. That's what this is. Oh God, my voice is cracking. It's very inspirational. I love this movie. It just takes me on a range of emotions, and when I'm done with it, I feel good, and I feel like, wow, I just watched a story about someone's life, and you know, it just feels inspirational. That's the best way to describe it. Thank you for finding that word I was looking for. And Gary Carpenter says Lucille Lucille's ball Lucille Ball's name was fair. I thought it was good. I didn't hate it, but it doesn't hit the same note at all, like the same emotional notes for me as this one does. But it was entertaining and fun. It's Lucille Ball. You can't lose. And Joseph Begay says, I will always remember her quote in my low periods. Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death. Yes, that's a good one. That is a good one. And they've used it in so many movies. They've reused it in so many use it movies. Yeah. And Botanical Brother says, "I wish I was there to give you a big hug." Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. And Joseph Gay say Rosalind Russell's Empty Name was a strong inspiration to me growing up. Yeah, and I'm so glad too. I was very lucky to watch it when I was growing up as well, because it was just it was so it's so important to get messages like this when you're young. And it was interesting too in the movie when there were moments when she didn't, her and her nephew did not get along, or they didn't see things eye to eye. He felt like she was meddling too much, and he was like, he was upset at her, and she had to take a step back and just let it play out. You can't protect people from life, right? So and so she had to just like wait patiently until it, the you know the truth was revealed, and not be there to say I told you so, but more like be there to say like I got you. So so great, so great. And uh, Botanical Brother says you would be the bomb in one of those outfits. Oh, thank you. I always dreamt I would be able to wear one of those. They're just amazing. Just amazing work that was done for the costumes. And William Blake Hall says Rosalind Russell has, I don't know, spunk, verve, oomph. Yeah, she's got those like oomph. Yeah, those are like she's got some sort of magical thing going on, and it's spicy. It's very, very spicy. But spicy in a way that's like I mean, obviously PG rated, but she's also like she's she just has fire. She has fire, and not a negative one. Just just a wonderful flame. And Gary Carpenter says Rosalind was better, and where angels go, trouble follows, and the trouble with angels. Oh, really? I didn't even know about that. Okay, now I have to do a deep dive on her movies. And Gary Carpenter says I would look terrible as a nun. And Gary Carpenter says Peggy Cass was a funny lady. She was really funny. In this, I think I've seen her in one other thing, but she really played into just sort of like the female version of what's his name? I can't remember his name, but she just played nerdy very well, and goofy and strange and unusual. And these are all the the terms of a lot of that we even use today, quirky. You know, that's like a thing a lot of people want from their characters. They want quirky characters. So she did it all the way back then. um, and let me try to figure out who the actor is I'm thinking of that she is like the female version of. Um, um, Jerry Lewis, yeah. Jerry Lewis. She's like the female Jerry Lewis, but um, without not without the um, physical action, because Jerry Lewis was an incredible dancer and physical comedic talent. So she didn't quite have that, but she definitely had like some of the other like loud things that were associated with a lot of his comedy. Um, Botanical Brother says, Auntie May, I'm gonna check that out tonight. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Uh, and I love it for the story. I know there's some musical numbers, but they're not that. Again, if you focus on the words, they're really touching. I think the one that really gets me every time, I'm gonna stop being all emotional about this. Just stop it. I'm gonna start getting leaking again. Oh my god. Is like there's one when she first takes in her nephew and she sings like a song to him. Oh my god, it just breaks. And I'm like, oh god, where are the tissues? Oh man. And Daryl Jones says the long, long trailer with Lucille Ball and Dizzy Arnaz in 1954. Oh, I never saw that. That's the word I'm looking for. Chutzpah. And the tentacle brother nailed it. And Gary says, I like that movie plus Forever Darling. Ooh, I've never seen Forever Darling. And, Gary Carpenter says you should check out Fancy Pants. Wow, okay. And with Bob Hope, okay. Actually, I'm gonna write that one down really quick. Let me just sneak that down. Fancy Pants. I'm I'm actually gonna rewatch this. So if I miss something, I'll definitely jot it down. Let's see. Daryl says I haven't seen that in 30 years. Fancy Pants. Oh, I didn't see that. And Keith E says Peggy Cass is on What's My Line on YouTube. Oh, she was on that show, wasn't she? Oh yeah, yeah. And Joseph Begay says, yes, chutzpah. That's that was the core of Auntie Mame. Though sometimes she forgot that. I thought it was great to see her regain it. Yes, 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 yeah. I think she was trying to be something that she wasn't, and she was like, oh, I don't have to do this that job. I don't have to do this. I could just be me. It was great. Uh, that's so great. So many lessons in that movie. So many things that you go like you actually go through in your life. And like I said, I saw this when I was a child and understood it completely and totally. And cried at the appropriate moment and laughed at the appropriate laughs. It was great. I think that's if you have a movie that's deep like that and it can also touch you in that way and you're a kid, yeah. I think that's why Star Wars, like, really hit a chord with people was because it had greater concepts in it of this, good versus evil, but then it was also like you could relate to the space story. It's like, wow, yes, I can relate to this space story. Um, and Gary Coburn says, yes, I know. It's my third favorite game show. Oh wow. Um, and that's What's My Line on YouTube. And Daryl Jones says, the road movies with Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, and Dorothy Lamour. And Botanical says, hey guys, spoilers. Oh no, we're getting spoiled. And uh, and Gary Carpenter says, my favorite is The Road to Morocco. The Road to Morocco and to Utopia. Ooh. And but I didn't know about these road movies, so I got some uh Bob Hope watching to do. I remembered all of his specials, but I never remembered a lot of his movies. I think I've seen a few, but I don't recall them. It was such a long time ago. And Botanical Brother says Cocoon was kind of a feel good flick. You just broke the internet. Spoilers. And Joseph Begay says, especially when she was fighting for the freedom of mind for her nephew and his future. Yes, yes, yes. And I think he didn't really appreciate that at the time that she was, she knew that this was going to make him miserable, you know. So, this is so good. Such a good talk with you guys today. I think we're gonna call it enough right now. We did such good progress. There were so many more movies to go. I hope I don't tire you out, but we may split up some of the weeks, on some of the Fridays with some other topics. But this looks like it's an ongoing thing because there's like pages and pages and pages of really cool stuff here, and I don't want to miss any of these. Um, I don't want to miss any of these. So um, I do know that Lance has seen a lot more of these movies than I have, which is going to be awesome for him to talk about. When he comes back, and there's a couple on his list that he wants to talk about specifically that we're going to go over next week. But I think this is mine for today. And I wasn't sure if he wanted to cover any of these, but when I discussed it with him, none of these movies were on his list. So I was really excited to be able to do that. And let's see if I have something else here. I want to say, oh yes. So if anybody's here that doesn't know who um, Lance is on a channel called The Outcast Creative, and he's a writer, director, producer, and acting coach, and a YouTube content creator. And he's been doing a lot of these Friday afternoon things with me. Let me see if I can get a nice little um, um, link to his channel. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, so that is his channel for you guys to see. And uh, oh, how did that hit? How did it appear twice? That makes no sense. So sorry about that. I hit it once, but it did it twice. Oh, look who's here! Stuntbrat77 Smith. How are you? Hi, my sweet retro and chat lurking hugs. Oh, thank you for being showing up and saying hi. Yes, I figured sometimes you like to lurk. So, just gonna ask you really quick. So we did Elf, and we did um, The Wizard of Oz. Is there another movie that you love that's a free feel good movie? Let me know in the chat, Stunt Brat. I would love to see if we can do one of those one of these days. And let's see. Uh, Instant Bragg says, "You're gonna love Roxanne." Oh, cool. I think I saw some of Roxanne like a long time ago. I'm not sure. I caught like a little piece of it on late night TV a long time ago. But yeah, I'll definitely I'll Joseph Begay, you're so sweet. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Joseph. You are just so wonderful to this channel. Gifted 10 Retro Nerd Girl memberships. Let's see who got memberships today. Let's see. Okay, Lord Top got a membership. Doc Fortune got a membership. Cecil Neal got a membership. One Punch Man Tolkien fan got um, a membership. Damaj and I was given a membership. Let's see. Uh, Simply Steve 68 got a membership. Jim Smith got a membership. Striving to Balance got a membership. Daniel Morales got a membership. Golden Age Geek got a membership as well. Thank you so much, Joseph. That is just wonderful. I'm so glad that everyone is going to get a chance to get to see some of the membership things. Thank you so much, Joseph. You're so amazing. All right, let me see if I can get a proper thank you for you. I'm running out of thank yous. Here's a classic. So wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is just incredible. Really appreciate that. Now I want to try to get to some of the messages that I kind of skipped a little bit. Um, so just in case somebody has something in there, some nuggety good information. Um, and I do believe, where did it go? William Blake Hall was mentioning that he had a birthday coming up. Um, let's see. Joseph Gay said pages and pages and pages means many more weeks of good discussions. Good to look forward to. Yes, there's a lot. Yeah. We may get a break of a different topic, but we're going to go back to it. I think there's a lot of really great feel good movies out there, and I would like to talk about those movies because I think not too many people talk about that stuff. It'll be great and great, and puts me in such a great mood, even though every once in a while I have my eyes leak. And William Blake Hall says, I turn 63 next month. Oh my goodness. So that's December. Do you want to share a date? We can have like a birthday party for you. But if not, yes, well, happy birthday in advance. I'm sure we'll get a chance to say happy birthday to you before then. And let's see. And yes, Joseph Begay says hope to be able to see your birthday with much happiness. Yes. And this is a running joke. Did we mention Groundhog Day? That is a really funny joke. And it makes me laugh every time. And Botanical Brothers says, great show. RNG might have a great night, everyone, and happy holiday shopping. Oh, that's so awesome. Yes, good night to you as well. I'm actually going to put this in the closing so that way we're, yes, I'm going to put this in the closing video. Thank you. And Gary Carpenter says, Auntie Mame and Mame has the Christian song, We Need a Little Christmas Now. Yes. Yes, I love that song so much. My favorite version of it is actually the Johnny Mathis version. Oh, I love when he sings that song. Um, but it's a great Christmas song. And some of the best Christmas songs do come from some of these musicals, and they're just great. The one that puts a tear on my, I hope I don't start leaking right now just from that one is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Every single time I just start crying because it's so sweet, and just talks of, someone who's having a hard time during Christmas, but somehow they're going to make it happen, and uh, you know, and soon they're going to be together with their family and friends, and it's just great. I love that, the sentimentality of those kinds of songs. And Stumprat mentions author of the original. Think I think it's on my list, but just in case, I'll just make sure to write it down. Wait a minute. It's been years since I've seen Author. Definitely need to rewatch it for some laughs. For just for some laughs. And let's see. And let's see. William Blake Hall says, Lord Todd and his lady Todd need to stop by again. Oh, yes, we do appreciate Lord Todd. Thank you for stopping by. And let's see. Keith E said, yes, okay, yes, thank you, Keith E, for reminding me about the membership. Sometimes I do miss those things, but luckily this time I didn't remember. And William says, "Dang, I'm reclamped." Yes. Oh man, they get you in the feels, right? Sunrat says, "Also, anyone seen Here Comes the Boom?" Awesome. Yeah. Here Comes the Boom. I've never heard of that movie. Here Comes the Boom. Never heard. I never heard of that movie. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Keith E says, I wouldn't even know how to spell verklempt. Siri does. Yeah, it looks like you did all right there. And let's see. And Brett says, Here Comes the Boom is with Kevin James and Penelope Cruz and Henry Winkler. Oh, okay. And yeah, never heard of that one before. Here Comes the Boom. I'll have to check it out. And Keith E was mentioning that today was 20 years uh, since the release of Elf, and that's a monumental moment in history. What a great movie! What a great movie! And Gary Carpenter says the Cat and the Canary was Hope and Gail Sondergaard. I think I've seen this one, but just in case, Cat and the Canary. I think I've seen it. But if I didn't, um, it sure is on the list now. So, and Sunbrad says the original author with Dudley Moore is my all-time top 10. Oh yeah, that's right. They did try to remake it. Yeah, it's really one of those movies. I often put. I mean, they probably are really different, but it kind of I guess maybe it's like when it came out they came about the same time and they hadn't have the same genre. But Author and The Jerk, I always like feel like they're like soulmates a little bit. Tell me if I'm completely wrong. And William Blake Hall says, feel good action might be a good subgenre. Oh yes. Yes. And I guess everyone has their own thing. And I'm not sure where you would put it, but maybe if the hero comes out on top, for like all the James Bond movies, right? would probably be the ones that would probably win everything. Um, but yeah, there are some really good feel good action movies that are definitely available. And yeah, we'll keep looking for good feel good action movies or feel good movies genres that we could think of, definitely. And and some says, I feel so old now. No way. You're wise. You're very wise. I like the word wise. We know a lot of stuff, and I think we should be proud of it. Um, and the Botanical Brother says, RNG, what are the titles of some of those 80s tracks that you played during the thank you vids? Oh, they, I don't know them offhand. I did put some in the descriptions. But I didn't get to put all of them, but they're all like YouTube. They're like YouTube. Um, what do they call it? I forgot the name that they call it, but it's from YouTube's audio studio, and like everybody's available to use it because it works with YouTube. Um, so I don't get copywritten strikes on my channel. So I always try to do everything according to the YouTube guidelines. A lot of people don't read those. I get in trouble. I do. I read the guidelines um, because I really love my channel. I don't want to lose it, for using some music that I'm not supposed to, or that is not approved by YouTube. And the thing is that even the music that's within YouTube, copyrights can change at any point in time. If somebody bought like one of the studios that did any of the music for a YouTube studio, I'd get in trouble. So, yeah, and that would be out of my control. But I don't know. I will try. I think I will try to put some credits for those down in the bottom and see if anybody if that helps. I'm sorry, I don't have them offhand. Gary Carpenter said 777 found both Arthur movies on YouTube. Oh, really? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Um, I'm not sure if I have time to watch it this weekend. I have so much to do. And Joseph Vigay says, Retro Nerd Girl, you're welcome. And I also want to extend my thanks to your admins and friends on this channel. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, the admins work, they're just amazing. Oh, always like greeting and helping people. And so thank you for recognizing them, and definitely, yeah, there's so many really nice people on the channel. I really appreciate everybody. I really do. And let's see. I'm gonna actually add that to the closing. That would be nice for the closing. And Gary Carpenter says, Alf really stinks. I don't like it. You don't like the movie Alf? Oh my God, you're the first. You're the first person. But to each their own. And Keith E says, Joseph, you can always get her to cry, yes, by saying something super sweet. And Rat says, uh, she says, love Mame. My oldest daughter used to say, I was like Mame. Oh, so cool. Oh my God, that's so nice. Yeah, Mame is just, oh God, so incredible. I remember watching this when I was little and watching Auntie Mame and saying, I want to be just like that when I grow up. I want it to be that fabulous. And Keith E says, why don't you have the first Friday of every month as movies we love Friday? Ooh, Keith E, you are a genius. All right, the first Friday, let's write that down. First Friday. And that will be movies we love Friday. That sounds great. That sounds like a great idea. And I could still use that feel good movies banner. I think because I'm trying to introduce new things, but we're talking like scaling months and months from now. I want to do something for TV, and so I'm doing TV Tuesdays, and do something. We got the Wednesday morning thing, and um, Thursday. Thursday, I'm not going to do anything because my life is too crazy on Thursdays. Thursdays, I'm not going to do anything unless I get something pre-planned or ordained or whatever. And then we've got the Friday, we've got Saturday watch party, we got and Sundays are post days for videos for movie reviews, the big ones, the big monster movie reviews, which one will be happening this Sunday, which I'm glad we are able to talk about that. This Sunday we should definitely expect a movie review from me. Um, because over at Patreon, they've already seen it already. They've got early access to it, and so far the reviews from that, people are saying that they like it, and I can't wait to make it live. Let's see what else is going on. I definitely want to just go through the list of things happening this week with you. So, and of course, tomorrow we're doing the watch party uh, Saturdays, and watch party is going to be Forbidden Planet 1958, a wonderful classic, sci-fi classic. Can't go wrong with Forbidden Planet. Love it, love it, love it. And I really want to have a little discussion about Forbidden Planet after we're done seeing it, because I think it's really good. Now, it's not a bit. I know that a lot of people don't have everything that I do watch parties for in their collections, so I do apologize for that. Um, Forbidden Planet is one as soon as I saw it was available, I snatched it. I snatched it up. So it's just one of those for me. And I'm not sure if it's playing anywhere else, if you can get it anywhere else, but um, I'm crossing my fingers it won't be too bad, or you guys already have this in your collection. It's not always the easiest thing. And so, yes, as I said, Sunday is going to be a big post for my next movie review. Then we'll have on Wednesday, the 22nd, a Modern Take Mornings episode or live stream, which I'm going to cover the new Netflix TV series, Scott Pilgrim, that they're doing. And so I'm actually going to come from it from a different angle, because I know about everything to do with the movie, but I didn't actually see it. And so I want to start it off that way, and then I'm going to see the movie, and then I'll let you guys know, um, uh, sort of the acclamation for this. Can you just walk in on the ground level on this TV series, or do you have to have seen the movie? Is exactly the experiment I'm doing. So there's that. And then we're also going to talk about some current events on Wednesday. Definitely feel good movies again. Part 5 next week on Friday. And Lance has said that from the Outcast Creative, said that he was going to be hanging out with me that day. And so cross our fingers, he's still going to be available. Then on Saturday, which is like a little bit, it's going to be, we got Black Friday is when I'm going to be doing the Feel Good Moves next week. And then for those of you who are not interested in doing any shopping or anything, you're just like, I can't deal with it. At least that will be a moment for you to kind of do something fun, is hang out with me. But the day after, Saturday on the 25th, we're going to be doing Miracle on 34th Street, which is has that beautiful place between Thanksgiving and Christmas within the storyline, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. 1947, you can't go wrong with the classic, and that is the lineup for next week. Just to get you guys going, I may have an opportunity to post those videos and get them ready for the live streams, posted and ready today, if I'm lucky. And so, yes, thank you, Keith E, for this wonderful idea. Samara says, you guys got to see Here Comes the Boom, feel good Rocky type movie. Oh, cool. And Gary Carpenter says, RNG, you should do a video on the Yellow Submarine Beatles music. I will as soon as I see it. As soon as I see it. And Summer says, also 80s movie Crazy People with Dudley Moore and Daryl Hannah. Also tons of comics on my all-time top 10. Okay, let me write this down. Crazy. I've never seen that. I don't remember Crazy People. Yeah, I've never seen that one. And William Blake Hall says The Graduate has Simon and Garfunkel music. A little too dramatic, perhaps, to be feel good, though. Oh, yeah. Gosh, I haven't. It's been years, but I'm not sure. Did I see The Graduate? I'll have to see it again to see if I did. Oh my God, you guys are talking. I got to catch up to you now. William, I love Simon and Garfunkel, says Gary Carpenter. And Daryl Johnson says Scared Stiff, 1953, Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin. Okay. And Tamara says, William, yes, but Mrs. Robinson felt good. Oops, did I say that out loud? And Gary Carpenter says about Abbott and Costello hold that ghost. And William Blake Hall says, you're the woman, you're allowed. And let's see. Botanical Brother says open source. Not sure what that means. Gary Carpenter says RNG, my favorite Christmas song is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Oh my God. Julie Garland's got to be sung by Julie Garland because she, every time tears flow. Okay. Kenny G, Frank Sinatra, and John Denver and Ralph the dog. Oh, so cute. And some Brett 777 says, love musicals retro. You're gonna love Bed Knobs and Broomsticks with Angela Lansbury and the dad from Mary Poppins. Oh, awesome, cool. But it's highly regarded. Lance could hardly contain himself when he talks about that movie. And Opal Del Docs 1 says the way that William Blake Hall describes The Graduate is how it is for me. Somehow put the music on a different level from the story. And some Brett says mine too. And The Wizard of Oz is my favorite. We're separated at birth, Gary. And Moonbeam 87 is here. Hello, great to see you. Well, if you think Romeo and Juliet is a feel-good film, we don't. No, it's not a feel-good film. There is Legend of Sirius by Sanrio and Star-Crossed Lovers anime about the story of the star of Sirius. Oh, okay. So what's the name of it? The Legend of Sirius is the name of is it a movie? Yeah, I never heard of it. Sam Brad says, Gary, I have all my Wizard of Oz ornaments on the tree. Oh, so cute! Took my rats to see Lorna Love's Judy Starter in concert. Oh yeah, you were telling us about that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wizard of Oz ornaments. Boy, I wish I had some. And Joseph Gay says, really looking forward to seeing Forbidden Planet 1956 with Leslie Nielsen. Yes, it's great. He was so good in that. What a great leading man. And William Blake Hall says, you're lucky to know two great Nielsens. And Botanical Brother says, Holy Toledo, they're doing a Scott Pilgrim series. Love that movie. It was one of those movies that when it came out, I've heard so many great things about it, and I just couldn't see it for one reason or another. It was just scheduling, timing, whatever. And so I had always wanted. I bought the digital film, which is really weird. I've had it for years, have not been able to see it. This series is coming out, so I want to watch the series with the question in mind: do you have to watch the movie first? And once I've gotten like one or two episodes, I'm gonna dive into the actual movie. I think it's important. Um, and Brett77 Smith says, "Crazy People is hilarious. You guys will love it." Oh my god, I can't wait then. And Botanical says, "We all live in a yellow submarine." And Keith E says, "You can search for free Forbidden Planet. It does come up, but I can only watch it for 20 minutes and then it stops. Maybe you have better luck." Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, and Moonbeam87 says, "I always watch Miracle on 34th Street, 1947, every Thanksgiving to jumpstart my Christmas season after Santa makes his appearance at the Thanksgiving parade." Yes, me too. It's a great one. It's a great one. And it was excellently written. Excellently written. William Blake Hall says, "I have to skip Forbidden, but One Kind Soul is sharing Miracle on 34th Street." Oh, great, 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 great. Um, yeah, if there's a possibility, um, we'll see if we can find any links, but I won't guarantee, I can't guarantee that. And Gary Carpenter says, "My Thanksgiving specials: Mouse on the Mayflower, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and the Chronicles of the Mayflower, Peanuts, and Garfield Thanksgiving." Wow, you've got Thanksgiving. You've got all the Thanksgiving movies. Oh man. And movie says, "Yes, The Legend of Sirius is a film. Check under Sea Prince and the Fire Child." Oh my God, 1981. I've seen that movie for sure. Sea Prince and the Fire Child. It is for grown-ups. It's for grown-ups. And Step Brad says, "The youngest daughter looked exactly like Natalie Wood in that role in Miracle. She thought so." Oh my God, she must have been so cute then. Oh my God, she was adorable. Oh, so cute. Um, and Moonview says, "I've never heard of that one." Yeah, I've never heard of The Legend of Sirius, but yeah, I will check that. I'll definitely check it out. But the Sea Prince and the Fire Child, I have definitely seen. It's yeah, it's an interesting movie. Uh, and Stephen says, "Darling, yes." She was so cute, and not only that, she was smart. You're so smart, so smart, and and Gary Cover says, "There's four different Miracle movies." Yes, there is four different movies, and I think there may have been one before the one that we all call a classic as well, and it was one made for TV, and I'm not sure if that's the one. Uh, but this is I think the one that is the superior movie is the one we're gonna watch with Natalie Wood. Uh, All right, guys. I am gonna jet out of here. We had such a great conversation. My goodness, tears were shed. Tears were shed, guys. Tears were shed, and they were happy tears. And definitely come back anytime and hang out. We'll chat about movies that we really love. I think that's really gonna. I think that's really something that's different on YouTube, and I think we're doing it. I think we're doing it, guys. I think we're doing it. We're bringing something fresh and different to the platform, which is talking about things that make us happy. There's some other people who are doing the same thing too. I would say Dave Sundstrom is doing a fantastic job, just using nostalgia to really to talk about some of the things that we remember when we were kids, and some things even before our time, that were just pretty cool things. Pretty, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. Let me see if I can find my video here. Yes, I've got a 3-minute video. Leave any comments that you want to say goodbye to the friends that you met today, anyone that you have in the chat, and also any last messages to me. And for that, without further ado, I bid you adieu. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.